I'm Kaylin Rothaus, and that's me, and my first building project, and my first power lunch. For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to be a designer. And now here I am, creating functional and fabulous spaces. This is my client, Mark Alfieri, founder and chairman of Brandstar, and that's Carmen, his chief operating officer. In the first season, I converted an old warehouse into a high-tech office space of the future. But how could I renovate one building without doing the building next door? Our high-tech renovation continues as season 2 gets underway. Welcome back to Office Spaces. I'm Kaylin Rothaus, and on our last episode, I met with my client Mark, who hired me to begin phase 2 of construction on their production facility. This time around, the challenge for me is to renovate the studio while the creative team was still working hard. Mark walked me through the building, told me what his needs were, and I reassembled my team of professionals to map out the construction timeline. Anyone who's dealt with renovations knows that no matter how prepared you are, there are almost always delays. Now that our construction timeline has been pushed back due to a couple small bumps,
I cannot believe that just happened.
There's been one major bump. That's right, I'm having a baby. But first, let's talk about what's happened since the last episode. Since I knew Mark needed to find space for 50 new employees and fast, I focused first on how to transform the empty warehouse area into office spaces. But how could I build a space like that in such a short time frame that could also house this many employees? The answer? Modular. Modular construction refers to the use of factory-produced, pre-engineered building units. The components are designed to the same codes as conventionally built facilities, but in a fraction of the time. I called up my friends at Allied Modular and sent them my plans. Then I decided to fly to their headquarters to see how it's all made. I got the chance to meet with Fred Ketcho, president and CEO of Allied Modular.
All right, so this is a good example of kind of a tall wall application.
There's a real advantage to deciding to go with a modular building system versus typical construction. Typical construction takes so much time, there are so many different people and moving parts and pieces involved. And in order to go modular, I was really interested in seeing their facility today because their lead time to get this product from design out the door, ready to ship and deliver and install, is extremely short, and I wanted to see how they were doing this.
When you're dealing with permanent construction, you typically have to tear down and start over. And so there is a lot of waste, there's a lot of extra cost, there's a lot of extra time. So a lot of the intrinsic benefits of modular come in not just with the design flexibility, but also in, I think, the productivity and the effectiveness for the clients from a financial standpoint, as well as a schedule and productivity standpoint.
Modular construction is not just quicker and more affordable than conventional construction, it's also incredibly eco-friendly. With little to no waste, it's a smart, sustainable, and stylish solution.
I would describe our company as a very progressive modular building systems company. And we're in a variety of different markets and industries. In terms of making a building green, the prefabrication that occurs off-site is very clean. It limits the amount of waste, which simplifies the process once you're on the location.
You know, you can visualize so much looking at a 2D plan, but when it comes into 3D, you can really see, where you want to make changes before the structure is actually built. Then I met with Gabe and Khan, who took me through a 3D model of my original design. So as you guys know, I've had this challenge to convert this warehouse space into an office to seat 50 people. I need a 3D model to be able to show my clients so that they understand what this really looks like. I've toured your facility, I'm seeing how this sort of comes together, and it's important for me to be able to take this back and show my client what this thing's gonna look like.
With the 3D model, we could already visualize the final project and know what it's gonna look like.
Awesome. If I'm standing on the first floor and I'm walking up this here.
So those are the 5 downstairs, your 5 offices downstairs, and then the open floor plan in front of the offices, which is below the mezzanine.
There's a real benefit in being able to see a 3D model because I can only visualize so much of it in my mind looking at finishes and plans. But when I see it come together in a 3D model, it really allows me to make design decisions or changes or corrections to the actual structure before it's fabricated and costs a lot of money to build. This looks awesome, and I really like the underside of the mezzanine. That looks really cool, open like that. You know, this space is really for a creative team. And I think it, you know, and to make it not like the corporate headquarters for the creatives, right? To make it much more industrial and funky and cool and fun. I love the brushed aluminum. I like the powder coated steel. I think it looks really cool with the black.
On this, we did it this way. We could definitely add something else or add to the grid ceiling and go back to the original, but we were always on the industrial theme.
It's very cool. No, this looks awesome, guys. Now that I've been able to see the 3D model, I think it really captures the essence of my design intent. I was really looking to create a fun, funky, industrial space, and I think it really does that. So a real benefit is that they fabricate everything in-house and custom, and they have all the different components here. I mean, everything happens under this roof, so it really cuts down on your lead time and allows for the manufacturing process to be quick, and then they actually even pack it here and get it ready to go on the trucks. Next, Gabe walked me through their factory to show me step by step the modular manufacturing process.
Being 100% custom, anything that you could dream of, we could do here.
After a design is created, the aluminum that makes up the main portion of the modular structure is cut. The modular pieces are then painted or powder coated and placed into a heater to dry. Windows and glass are created in-house as well as doors.
This is our window department, and here we make our own windows. Anything that our customers request, we're able to do it. It's 100% done here at the warehouse.
Electrical wiring in each unit is made to be hidden out of sight in the metal structure.
So all the electrical goes in, our wall panels go into this. Everything is hidden inside what we call a raceway. It goes from here straight over to our laminating machine.
When each order is completed, it is wrapped, packed, and ready to ship to location for a quick installation.
These are complete orders that have already been purchased and they're ready to be shipped out.
After the factory walkthrough, I had all the information I needed to make a decision. They completed the manufacturing, and then it was time for the Allied team to install the modular unit.
We'll start off unloading the truck, staging our material, laying out the floor track, and start putting up walls for our first floor. And all of that should happen in day one. In this space, we're putting in 5 offices downstairs, 5 offices upstairs, and then the entire mezzanine will be used for cubicle workspace. So it gives you a second story that is built just like our modular offices in a matter of days instead of months like your conventional construction. That's the great thing about modular. You could always move it to your next facility, or if you need to expand, you just take down what was put up and it's reusable. So you don't lose that asset. It's not like your drywall and stick-built construction. It's more than a one-time use.
We've been so conditioned around the permanent construction that when they start to see the possibilities and the flexibility that this offers them, it's quite interesting to see how the light bulbs start flickering with our clients, and they start to see and they start to imagine what's possible.
Coming up next, see how this empty space was transformed in just a matter of days, and how one idea can spark an explosion. We still have plenty to do before this office space is usable, but the initial structure is complete. Time to check in on Ryan, our construction operations chief, and my general go-to guy. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, darling, how are you?
Need some help lifting that?
No, absolutely not. Not in your condition. You look great, though.
Aw, thanks, Ryan. Look at this. Look how much progress you've made.
Yeah.
Wow. This is looking really good.
Yep.
Wow.
Getting ready to drop the ceilings in there real soon. You can see we got all the insulation ready to go.
A lovely pile there.
Yeah.
The mural, it looks awesome. It's so nice that you can get so close to it now that the second floor is in. Not only did this mural come out great,
but it actually serves a real purpose. But instead of me telling you all about it, let me just show you. Take a look.
Getting 50 employees into 2,500 square feet and adding a double-decker floor plan made an already tight space even tighter. So I called up my old friend, artist and sculptor Piero Manrique, who specializes in one-of-a-kind murals that help make small spaces feel big. After briefing Piero and his partner Meg on my concept, they set to work finding the perfect design for the Brandstar wall. Their inspiration? The gems in the Brandstar logo.
In a sense, it was a complex project, and I came up with a design that was not so simple. It was a design that implemented many ideas.
When Kaylin called us, she was talking about the large space that she was creating, and it would be a 2-story mural.
If you see a lot of the murals in the design, it's very geometrical, sharp edges, there's a lot of depth to it.
The different colors represent all the different personalities and talents and skills that are here at Brandstar. The mural is so colorful and vibrant and bright that I think that it will inspire everybody who comes into the room.
For me, art is very important to inspire. It's important to have a connection between the viewer and the art piece. I'm always excited just to see the interaction between the art piece and how it really affects the viewer.
When we return, witness this wall's transformation from white to wow. Welcome back. What was once a blank canvas is now home to a stunning and unique masterpiece by Piero Manrique. These site-specific murals encourage creativity and productivity. Now that there are murals in each of the 2 Brandstar buildings, one in the corporate office, and now this one here in the production facility, there is a definitive campus feel. The vibrant colors and the active explosions of geometric designs will surely inspire the creatives who will be working here for years to come. Now that I've shown you how we brought the walls to life, let's check out how we transformed the floors. With the modular structure built and the second floor installed, it's time to put down flooring that can withstand a lot of wear and tear. I need something that looks good, helps keep noise to a minimum, and that won't need much maintenance. Sounds like a tall order, but I found a company that has exactly what I'm looking for. I invited over Catherine Del Vecchio from Gerfloor to discuss my client's needs.
Catherine, thank you so much for being here today. It's so great to meet you. And can you talk to me a little bit about Gerfloor's manufacturing process and also how they've changed over time?
Well, the big change has been the concern about sustainability. We're lucky enough that Gerfloor is manufactured in Europe, and the standards regarding sustainability in Europe have always been higher or ahead of the curve from the rest of the world. And also, we recycle all our manufacturing waste, and they're put in the backing of our product. So it's a continuous improvement, a closed-loop process of manufacturing, and we're very proud of it.
Gerfloor is a luxury vinyl tile manufacturer with nearly 60 designs and colors to choose from. Their commercial-grade flooring is specifically made for high-traffic areas. And the 28mm wear layer means my client won't need to replace the flooring for a long, long time.
Okay, wow, so you brought a lot of products here today. So walk me through what you've brought.
Okay, so our most popular products for renovation of office spaces include our Creation Click system. This is meant for quick, clean renovation where you have to keep your operation in your office open while workers are there, so you can install it over existing floor.
So this product floats over an existing floor, which is great because it's much more sustainable. You don't have waste in the landfills. You're not spending all your time picking up tile.
The second line that a lot of offices go for is the line called Saga 2. And this is actually a tile format of LVT with a very thick backing, so it provides some acoustical properties and comfort underfoot as well.
And is this also a vinyl?
It's recycled material from our manufacturing plant, but also there's cork in it, and that provides the sound management properties to it.
So really good for acoustics.
Yes. So our best-selling product is our Creation Collection, and it's the line that actually are going to have the most choices.
Okay.
And the line, the way we developed it, we really tried to cover all the natural colors of wood, the whole spectrum. So you're going to have your natural colors here. You're going to have the honeys, the browns, and what's trending more and more, the dark,
grays.
the grays and the darker browns.
Which, of course, is where I fall in this color palette.
So here you have the tiles, but let's just focus on looking at our woods. So,
and I think I can narrow it down to this section here. Talk to me about the lead time on the product.
Oh, it's all in stock in the US.
Oh, that makes it easy.
Yes.
So it can be here in 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, easy. It ships within 3 days from our facility in Chicago.
Oh, very fast. Yeah. It's beautiful. The texture that you guys have created on these planks really does help give it the warmth and the natural look of wood.
Exact.
Well, having said that, I think this is the one.
The new floor is exactly what this space needs. An easy to maintain, durable, and natural looking design that will warm up the room.
You've really made a lot of progress so far with the floor here. How's it going?
It's going really well. It installs easily and quick. It's a very simple installation. I like it.
And not only does it look great, but it sounds great too. In a production studio, sound absorption is key. Here at Brandstar Studios, we're always in production no matter rain or shine. And when it rains, it pours.
Without proper insulation, outside noise can bring production to a standstill. Plus, in this South Florida heat, climate control is just as important in keeping the control room cool and the on-camera talent from melting. So in order to keep the production running smoothly, I knew I needed a solution out of a sticky situation. I had used spray foam before and was very happy with the results. I had heard about this company called USI and hired them to help me out.
So we're a service company inside the contractor world, and what we specialize in is insulation and what we call specialty products, which are finishing products inside the home. So what we've done here is we've taken a problem of having too much noise or trying to reduce noise and used a unique solution with spray foam to attenuate that noise and create a different or a more comfortable living situation. The open cell spray foam that we chose to use in this application really absorbs some of that noise and at the same time prevents it from making it through a barrier. You know, there's other applications where maybe you'd want noise to reflect, and in that situation you use a closed cell spray foam. It's a thicker, more dense foam. But we chose the open cell application based on the unique needs of this project. So when you're talking about energy efficiency in any structure, be it a residential or a commercial building, really what it comes down to is sealing the building envelope. And what we mean by that is anywhere there could possibly be air loss or air penetration into a structure needs to be sealed up as best it can be. So from a spray foam perspective, our portion of that is the spray foam can get into the smallest cracks and crevices that maybe other traditional insulations can't. You know, the design that Kaylin's brought to this, I think, will maximize the indoor air quality of this facility. And in a place specifically like South Florida, where there's all sorts of allergens floating around or ragweed or pollen, it's important that you minimize that. And if you have a fresh, clean air supply coming in that's helped by insulation, obviously that's something that will be beneficial to everybody who's in the building.
Last time I met with Mark, he mentioned needing additional soundproofing in the ceiling. There was already existing insulation, but with this new spray foam layer, no noise would get in. Now that the spray foam on the ceiling is complete, I think the employees will notice a huge difference in their overall comfort, thanks to a much more regulated temperature, no outside noise, and in the air quality itself. It's a much more enjoyable and productive environment.
Did you know that art in the workplace is more than just about showing off your good taste? It's true. And while certain colors and paintings can be the perfect conversation piece, the right piece of art can directly impact everyone's well-being and productivity. Studies have found that people with well-decorated work areas are up to 17% more productive than those without. Choosing the right art can create a positive, optimistic environment that boosts creativity and reduces stress. For theme, pick a few bold colors from your office and look for art that has similar complementary tones. Give it prominent lighting and hang it at eye level to naturally attract your visitors' gaze. Art also helps create culture in the workplace, and it can improve the workplace culture itself, leaving a lasting impression on both the employees who see it daily and on the clients who visit. Keep in mind, this will be the first thing potential clients see, so make sure it reflects a message in line with your company's spirit. Be bold and choose art that inspires. Whether it's a splash of color or a carefully curated mural, remember, art doesn't just feed the heart and the mind. It can also feed your company's bottom line.
We've gotten a lot accomplished in a short amount of time. But there's still a long road ahead before this entire unfinished production studio is completed. But there's no point in delaying the inevitable. I need to talk to my client Mark and make sure he's up to speed on what else will be happening while I'm on maternity leave. I'm hoping he took my advice and found someone to fill in for me during my absence.
Hey, Kayla.
Mark, how are you?
How are you?
Good, it's good to see you.
That's great to see you too. Everything's good?
Everything's really good. I just was next door. I'm really excited about all the progress. And I've talked to Ryan and Russ. I've given them kind of an update and filled them in on what's been going on.
Okay.
And I wanted to know, I'm glad I ran into you, if you found a project manager like I suggested.
Well, that's a little bit of a problem.
Okay.
But you know what? Let's go talk to Carmen. She might have
Someone in mind?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Let's do that.
In construction and in life, they say you should always expect the unexpected. But I was not prepared for this.
Yes, let's have some cake, girls. Let's do it.
Everything is in motion, and I've handed over the plans. I wish I could be there to oversee the next steps, but I know the show must go on.
That was a great surprise for Kayla, huh?
I think she really appreciated it.
Yeah, I think
she was
loved it.
surprised.
She was.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So listen, the reason why I came in to see you in the first place is that we got to do something about the studio and the construction now that Kaylin's going to be on maternity leave. So what are you thinking?
I think that, now that most of the design's done, what we really need is a project manager.
Okay.
And I have someone in mind, and actually she's right here. Carrie, come here.
Yes.
I want you to meet Mark Alfieri.
Hi.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
I think she would be perfect for project managing our studio renovations.
Okay. Congratulations. You are your project manager.
Thank you. Wow.
Good luck with that. That'd be awesome.
I'm really excited. Thank you so much.
Are you okay with taking on these additional responsibilities?
Totally okay.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Great.
I'm very excited. Just let me know what you need me to do next.
We'll get together.
I can't wait. Okay.
Well, I guess I'm taking over. For now. On the next episode of Office Spaces, I'm diving right in. First things first, I'll be meeting with Russ and Ryan, the construction duo that's been working hand in hand with Kaylin. They're going to get me up to speed on everything I need to know about managing a major renovation. I'm Carrie Miletto, and I'll see you next time on Office Spaces.